can't be a live stream. I'm not eating.
That's okay. It's okay. I got you covered. I have food.
Good. As
I
long
have
as one of the
different
two
kinds
of
of
us.
cookies. This is my breakfast slash lunch. I have
Cookies.
ginger cookies, except I made them with
Okay.
pumpkin spice.
Okay.
I have Mr. Diana's mom's shortbread recipe that we made yesterday. It's brown sugar.
I want that.
And then
I miss those.
my mom's slash grandma's shortbread recipe where I made snails and squirrels. Forgot the word there for a second.
It happens.
So,
I need a good shortbread recipe is what I need. I need a good shortbread cookie recipe. I don't have one. Don't get me wrong. I ate an entire batch of those vegan pumpkin cookies this week that Miss C used to make us.
Oh my god. Okay, can you send me that recipe? Because I want those too.
I can send you that one. Oh, I still gotta send you that leftover recipe for turkey usage.
Yes,
so you don't just
please. We're giving some to friends, but like we have a 5 kilogram
this one
turkey
is
for 4 people.
This one does like a bake the next day where you've got 2 layers of focaccia bread on the bottom and on the top, and then you have the leftovers in the middle, and then you cut them into squares and you dip them or drizzle gravy on them and have them. But the whole thing freezes really well into portion sizes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was looking at it, because I was like, I was contemplating possibly getting a turkey, and even just being a singular human, the turkeys just won't get that small. They just won't get that small.
No.
So it's like, I'm not eating soup for a month, and I'm not eating sandwiches either. Like, I gotta do something with the leftover. But I ended up going roast beef, so
Problem solved.
problem solved.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody in chat.
Is it time for me to go?
Us. Also, if we ever manage to be on the same continent, we can exchange shortbread or something.
God, if we ever happen to be on the same continent, so many things will happen. It won't even be funny.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
all need naps when we're finished. We'll all
Yeah.
need naps. Serious nappage will have to happen. All right. So, welcome to the Northerners podcast. We're 2 friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk about apparently cookies this week. This is episode 195.
195.
I got told that and immediately proceeded to forget, so I was absolutely guessing. My name is Jocelyn. I call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and my co-host is
Diana, and I call Waterloo, Ontario home. I almost said Manitoba there.
Wow. Well, I mean, you moved in a pandemic, so you literally have not seen the outside enough to realize you've changed provinces.
It's terrible, and this apartment is laid out so similarly to the one in Winnipeg, so like it's just bad.
It's a thing.
Less than a month till I move into the house.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. So good. You're gonna be so tired that first week in January when I go, let's record.
Yeah, I am.
Cool. As long as I know it's coming, it's fine. I'm excited. Tomorrow is solstice. It actually happens at 5:25 a.m. this year. I will probably not be conscious, so I suspect I will do my solstice things once I've gotten up for the day. I just have to beat the sun up. So long as I get up and I am ready to do my morning prayer before the sun comes up, and the sun doesn't rise till like 8, I am fine.
Benefits to living in the far north.
Yeah, it helps. It's quite helpful for the solstice. Not so helpful for summer. The summer solstice is that's
also
a
at
that's
5
a
in the
whole
morning.
other
4 in the morning.
It feels like 4 in the morning, but you can't. That sun rises a little earlier in the summertime. Just a touch. So I'm excited. My big holiday's tomorrow, and then Christmas will be happening this week for everybody.
Sherry in chat has shared her grandmother's English/Scottish shortbread recipe.
Excellent.
It is
for the life of me. I cannot convince my brother-in-law to bring home the shortbread that I like because it's expensive for a very small quantity, but it's corn-free. But he won't do it because he can't find it on sale, and it bothers him to his bones. So I don't bug him too much about it. And my mom's like, I'm sorry, I didn't send home shortbread in my care package, which was our Christmas presents and stuff she put in the mail. She sent home the good Kleenex, the good travel Kleenex. She'd found some. So it's the flat pack with the really good ones that opens, not the little chubby rectangular, not the little chubby rectangular brick. Yeah. So she sent home 2 containers of them. So happy. I'm not going anywhere, but when I can, I now have the good Kleenex to go with. gonna blow noses. But yes, shortbread recipes. I need cookies.
This one is 2/3 of a cup of berry sugar. I have never tried berry sugar. Does it? I guess it's probably not berry flavored.
No, I
Really?
don't think so. If I don't recall,
I mean, I
if
guess it would
I'm
ultimately
recalling
it's the sugar,
correctly.
so it would just taste like sugar.
Mm-hmm.
2 cups of rice flour, 1 cup of butter. Bake at 300 for 20 minutes. This one's even gluten
I
free.
would be okay. That we need to try because I got my cousin is celiac, so like if that's a good shortbread gluten-free shortbread cookie recipe, done. That goes into the rotation immediately. Her son likes the candied walnuts that I make every year.
Ooh, candied walnuts.
Yeah, I homemade candied walnuts. Super easy. 1 part sugar, 1 part water, frying pan, walnuts.
Simple syrup and walnuts.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much because you dissolve the sugar first.
so berry sugar is just a finer crystal, so I guess it's like a corn-free version of icing sugar.
Yeah.
Mind
Well, I
blown.
mean,
I never knew what berry sugar was.
I
I figured it was sugar from
stockpiled,
berries, but
stockpiled. I bought the icing sugar that comes from beets
mm-hmm,
rather than the modern day icing sugar.
mm-hmm.
I bought 3 packages of it. So I have 1.5 kilograms of icing sugar that I can consume at whatever quantity I so desire because it's not made from corn sugar like basic ordinary icing sugar is. It's made from the traditional icing sugar source, which is beets.
Interesting.
You pay a bit
Interesting.
more for it. Didn't care. Did not care. Also found a great place to get dried organic apricots with no sulfates in them. And I've never liked dried apricots because they always taste very gross.
I find a lot of
Love these
stuff,
apricots.
like store-bought dried stuff, is
Gross. The ELAN organic from Amazon. Just tried a sampling of different things. A couple of the companies out there that was a
ow.
waste of my time. But they're dried
That's a
you're
lot
supposed to
harder than it
eat.
was yesterday. I'm gonna mute myself.
The Atlanta organic ones don't have sulfates in them, so they've got that really dark color. And because they don't have the sulfates in them, they don't have that gross taste to them. They're just dried apricots. That's all it is. It's just organic dried apricots, and it's beautiful. And I don't care that it's like $7 or something, $4 or $7 something for like 500 grams. You have to order 2 at a time. I don't. I don't care. I don't care. I ordered
Worth it.
more.
Worth it.
They also have Medjooled dates in their line, so I ordered those. I don't know when they'll get here from Amazon, but they were ordered. So because I need those in my life. Mostly because if you're eating dates, you eat Medjooled dates or you're crazy in my mind.
Are there other? I have literally never seen a different kind of date in the store.
There are other kinds of dates, but Medjooled dates are like considered the best.
Okay, well, I will stick with that kind then, because yeah, that's my
Yeah,
current favorite snack is Medjool dates.
yeah. Stick with the good stuff. Yeah, my uncle who's not an uncle,
Mm-hmm.
that dude, he got me hooked on Medjooled dates.
It's a good thing to
And
be
I
hooked
tried
on.
others. I tried other types, and I was like, nope, going back to those ones. Those ones are tasty. I am on a purl row. I'm on a knit row. What row am I on? I'm on a knit row. Stitches are big enough I can see.
Woo.
All right. I suppose we should talk about what's in our cup.
Yeah, my cup is not interesting. I have water.
Come on, man. We're podcasting live on the internet.
Well, I got a range of fancy cookies to make up for it.
It's okay. I'm not doing you much better. I have the usual selection of ginger ale in a bottle. That's how I drink things. And in my, as always, ginormous Christmas mug, which is just sort of my standard go-to mug, I have some sleepy time tea from Twinings.
Because you need to go to bed at some point.
I really do. I really do. I was telling Diana before we went live, I've been up since 2:30 this morning. I've not been tired yet, so I'm just doing stuff, which is great. I'm being productive, but oh man, I am looking forward to the crash, really much so. Be great. So maybe the chamomile and fennel will help convince my body that it's time to take a nap. I don't even care if it's an 8-hour nap at this point. I'll take it. Ugh. Silly bodies. I usually don't get insomnia this bad quite this early. It's usually this bad around my birthday month, but usually not quite so out there in left field during December, so I have no idea what's going on.
It's a weird year.
What apps? I'm not worried about it. It is what it is, and we move on. Okay.
Also, was
I
commenting on fancy nails. Yes, I do have fancy nails.
Ooh. Did you get all dolled up?
I got bored this week and I had some red and some white, so I attempted to do some stripes and stuff, and the polka dots didn't really work. The polka dots just look sort of diseased, and the stripes are a little bit wonky, but it came out kind of okay.
Can our show title be polka dot? Diseased polka dots?
Diseased polka dots. I already picked a terrible Christmas pun because I had to post the thumbnail early.
That's fine.
But
That's
subtitle
totally
diseased polka dots, yes.
Polka dots.
Though they do look sort of diseased. They did not come out nearly as cute as I thought they would.
Okay. It's hard to do nail art. Like, it's really hard to
It
do nail art.
really is.
Yeah. I watch videos and I'm like, nope. No, even if I had vision, no. I'm just gonna keep paying somebody else to do that because that is a skill. That's a hard skill. No, thank you.
I need a better dotting tool than the end of the brush.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that'll
I
help
would recommend it.
significantly. Catching up on chat quickly.
Sure. I haven't been doing a lot of leaving the
Turkeys,
house.
sweet tarts. Google says berry sugar is castor sugar. Asa says I have peppermint tea. Too much to eat last night and I need peppermint tea today. Yes, that is good.
Peppermint tea
She
is good.
also says I've had bad insomnia for the last week or so. I think it is lack of daylight. We have not seen the sun or light since December 1st.
Oh, well, I see sun all the time. I even go outside in the sun to the garbage can. Whew, I know, crazy. I also take a vitamin D supplement, so I know it's not. I also literally got blood work back last week. Everything's fine except for, in a shocking change of events, my iron and B12 are low.
Oh no. That's different.
Totally different. Because we were due to do blood work, so I went in and did blood work, and I made sure all the forms and stuff were filled out so that I would get the call when it was my turn. And when they were estimating for vaccine, or I'm like, whatever. I get the phone call when I get the phone call, and I go in when I have to go in, and it gets done. It's fine. I don't care. It's a vaccine. It's no different than getting the flu shot. Only I got to do it twice. Really, it's not that big a deal. So, did that, and that was fine. But no, I don't know. I don't know. Mine's usually tied to weird brain pan. It's fine. Oh well. Because I don't leave the house, I don't really wear much in the way of any cool threads. I wear my cardigans a lot in the house. Not while we record because it gets too warm, though Diana did in a hurry put on her finished cardigan.
Yeah. I wove in the ends. They're not trimmed. This is not washed. I have not trimmed my ends. My ends are still hanging out for the world to see, but they're woven in.
Step 1, ends have been woven. Step 2, wash day.
Yeah, that's today, so.
Okay, that's fair.
It'll get washed tonight.
No, I've been wearing my well, right now my cotton cardigan, which is the boyfriend cardigan, is on my bed, and my cat's sleeping on it. Last I saw her, and then I'll pull the sleeve out here. I have the my other cardigan, my other crocheted cardigan, one of the million I made. I don't remember. I think this is the campside one. No, the cotton one's the campside cardigan. This one's the boyfriend cardigan. They're both crochet cardigans. This one's sitting right here because I was cold this morning at 4 a.m. I put on a cardigan. Did I put on like clothes? No. I stayed in my nightgown. I just put on a cardigan so that I would warm up. Because that made sense.
Doesn't it?
Good grief.
That's why I have a sweater in every room now.
That's fine. So that's it. Like cool threads for me wise, that's all I've been wearing. It's just the cardigans around the house as I've been doing stuff.
My scarf of the week is the Rivers wrap.
Oh, okay. That's a good wrap.
For that one time I had to go to the post office. Actually, I went for a walk just to go for a walk the other day, and it was so nice.
Well, yeah, I can't wait till I can do that. I'm so excited for some of my restrictions to be loosened. I miss my walks. I miss my walks.
Walks are important.
Hopefully.
I did not
Hopefully.
realize I am like in a significantly better mood since I went for that walk.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You should try to get out 2 or 3 times a week at least, if not every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the fresh air and exercise thing.
It really is. Sunlight doesn't hurt either, even if it is cloudy.
Nope. Nope. Sunlight doesn't hurt either. No. Yeah. No. We're kind of overcast today. We were sunny yesterday. Yeah, it's fine. Not worried about it.
Sherry says, not ends, fringe. Yes, I have fringe. I have fringe hanging out for the world to see.
Goodness gracious.
What are we on to now? Bully workings?
Yes.
Okay. I have 2 things, because I already said I
Woo.
wove in ends.
Jeez.
Does that count? I don't know. We said weaving in ends counts for the finish-a-thon.
This is not the finish-a-thon. This
Okay. Then I have 2 things.
That's different. We know I'm going first. We know I'm going first. It just occurred to me, I don't know where my Christmas ball went, and I crocheted a Christmas ornament, and I think it's over that way. Cool. I may get up and go grab things while you're talking. I'm going to start with my finishes. Some of them, anyway. Behold the majestic look of a little pink girly cardigan.
Aww.
I started knitting this. I took a photo on Instagram of me knitting this. Notice that this is crocheted, not knitting. Little ruffled sleeves.
They're so
Ruffly. Cute. This is for the littlest of one of my friends. It's their first baby girl. She's 9 months and fits a year. So I made her like a year to 2 year size so she could grow into it. And then because it's got the little ruffled sleeves, as she continues to grow, like her limbs continue to get longer, she'll be able to wear it at bracelet and the elbow length. Like she'll get some more wear out of it. So I'm excited for that. I used 2 strands of DK acrylic held together in the ice cream colorway, whatever the pink one was. And then this purple is just literally some Simply Soft from Karen that I've had floating around for a while. The reason it's crocheted and not knit, because I started knitting the flax sweater out of this, is because I got about 3 or 4 more rows down when I was knitting. I was doing the yoke increases. My hand seized up so bad. I had to ice it and not do anything with my whole hand for about 6 hours, which tells me I knitted too much this week. I have not knitted since that, so I don't know how well knitting is going to go for me this week, but I've been crocheting instead because that uses my left hand differently and my right hand isn't used at all, and my right hand's the one that really freaking hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a happy camper. So I made a display Christmas lantern instead this weekend. It's all about finding different things when you can't do what you want to do. But I did manage to get my Gabbro sweater finished.
Ooh.
And I will see your woven in ends, and I will raise you woven in ends, a wash, and a block.
Ooh.
And they've been trimmed. This is a full-on hardcore finish.
That's a finish.
Well, that's because I recorded the video for the review for it. So I don't know if my coloring's gone weird or just my eyeballs have gone weird.
No, your camera did a weird thing. It's back now.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't like the color of that yarn for some reason.
Sure. This is some lovely blueberry colored yarn, which I'll hold up to make my camera angry again, from Kramer Yarns. We received it to review, and I got enough of it to make the Gab Rose sweater. So I did. And when they say it's fitted, they're not lying. So I'm super okay with it. There is a bit of tooth to this yarn. I would not recommend it for a fitted sweater unless you're comfortable having some tooth next to your skin, like quite next to your skin. Like their largest size, I knew I was taking a risk at making just the largest size, but I was really worried about having enough yardage because their largest size is only to a 47, and it's supposed to be worn with 2 inches of negative ease. So I'm like, because a 47 for me is more than 2 inches of negative ease.
Mm-hmm.
But it's normally the size I make anyway, because that's my upper bust measurement, which includes like my back and my front rib cage, but it does include the girls. But I still have a significant size difference in the girls. So, but I really wanted to make that 20-inch body, and I really didn't want to run out of yarn, and I was worried because it's not like I could just easily get more because this took a long time to get to me. Because it took a long time to get to me. So I went with that, and for like, it is a fitted sweater. I love it. I love it so much. I'm going to make it again. I'm going to go up on my gauge swatch so that I got that extra stitch per inch, so I get a little bit more breathing space. But over top of my black pencil skirt, because of course
Mm-hmm.
me and my sister were trying it on with different clothes to see what looked good with. It looks amazing.
Nice.
At its elbow length sleeves, and I'm quite comfortable with yarns with a touch of tooth next to my skin. I don't have any sensitivities that way, so it doesn't bother me in the slightest. So, spoiler alert, when you watch the review when it goes up, I really liked it. It was really good and great yardage given that it's a bulky. Really good yardage given it's a bulky. So super, super happy with that. I was absolutely, absolutely tickled pink and pleased that I got to review that yarn. So that video is just going to randomly come out on here. I'm not sure when. I got to update my editing software and then reopen the video file I'm working on. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. So in
Oops.
3 days, it'll actually open.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, knowing me. And my ability to have difficulties with simple things is astonishing.
Sherry likes your Gabbro sweater.
It's really good. Like, I've never done saddleback sleeves. There's a much better fit in through the shoulder. Like, you could feel the sweater in your shoulder, and you don't get that looseness underneath, which I don't always
Ooh.
particularly enjoy. Like, it's a nice fitted sweater. But I
Ooh.
know
Okay.
it's not great on sizing because like it's only got like small, medium, large, extra large. It doesn't have an amazing size range since its extra large is 47 inches,
Hmm.
which is technically correct, but there's no like extra small and there's no like 2XL, so like it's sort of limited in the size range. Though I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's not a very expensive pattern and it's not that hard to sort of know you want to have a slightly smaller knitting gauge or a slightly larger knitting gauge and then just work off those, the biggest number or the smallest number depending on your size. Like, I know the next time I make it, I'll be buying the yarn, so like I'll know I'll have enough because I'll buy extra,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just make it so that my gauge is one stitch more than it should be, so that I have a little bit more wiggle room and a little bit more breathing space.
Nice.
So I'm super happy. I'm quite content. I also wore that for a good chunk of yesterday while I was awake. It's comfortable. The shorter sleeves, I did eventually get warm and have to take it off, which happens to me with all sweaters. Diana can tell you I am constantly taking off sweaters
Mm-hmm.
and then putting 4 or 5 of them on before we have to leave the house because I get cold. But I can't, inside the house, can't do it. Can't wear them for any length of time. I love making them though. So I think I did the math because we've got the everyday cardigan, which my mom has, the summer nights cardigan, which my mom has, the flax sweater, which my niece has, the green cocoon cardigan, which my niece has. I just, all sorts of things go to them. Are we keeping count?
Oh dear.
The Gabbro sweater, the flat white sweater, the boyfriend cardigan, and the campside cardigan. That is 8 cardigans or sweaters I have made this year.
This year.
This
Man,
year. These are
made
all this year stuff.
made 3 total.
A lot of them crochet. Crochet goes a lot faster.
That's
Like,
true.
a lot faster. Only 2, 3 were knitted. The rest were crocheted. Yeah, the rest were crocheted because only the flat white, the Gabbro, and the flax are knitted. The rest were crocheted. So it's like if I somehow manage to sneak the 8-bit in, that's 9 sweaters in a year. That's almost a sweater a month.
That's just impressive.
That's insane. I've had way too much time to knit. No wonder my hand hurts at the end of the year. What have I been doing to it? Dear heavens.
Well, on the note of sweaters, I've been working on some sweaters too.
Well, you work on your sweaters. I'm going to disappear off screen for a second and I'm going to find the stupid little crochet bits I'm missing.
All right. So I have mentioned that I have had a sweater design kicking around in my head, so I'm finally knitting it. And I guess I'll write it down eventually. I should really. I haven't even started a project page for this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start a project page and I'm going to start keeping notes, and eventually this will turn into a pattern that I guess I will put out, maybe, if people are interested. Um, the idea is a drop shoulder, boat neck, sweater, crop length, because this is slightly, well, it's not very drapey yarn, and I thought a crop length might look slightly better in a boxy sweater. But yeah, it's
Squeaky
just
chair.
supposed to be the simplest thing ever. It's knit in pieces and is going to get seamed together after. So this is my second body piece that I just need to put 3 inches of ribbing on, and my second body piece is done. This yarn being a 5-ply roving super bulky. Let's see if I can get that to focus. From the place has just fallen out of my brain.
Is it Revolution?
Yes, thank you. Revolution Wool Co. From the Circle R lamb farm that is like 20 minutes north of here. This yarn is lovely, like it's just slightly toothy, but not too toothy. I think I'm still gonna have to wear like a thin t-shirt underneath it, but I've started doing
Well,
that with
it's
all my...
cropped, so I would recommend that anyway, because I don't think
Yeah.
you're a belly button exposing kind of girl.
Well, if you wear it with sufficiently high pants.
That's fair. But still, it's still a sweater. You'd want something on underneath.
Yeah. I mean, like,
That's like putting on a corset without an undergarment. Like,
you can do it.
what lunatic does that?
But it smells so good. I love this yarn. It smells good. Like clean sheep.
Like clean sheep.
Yeah, it smells like clean sheep. It's got so many little bits of hay in it. Like there's a small pile of hay next to me on the floor here.
You're just growing a collection, are you?
Yeah, so like I don't mind that because it means it's been minimally processed and it's really close to the original thing, and like I don't mind that. But if vegetable matter is not your thing, then this is probably not the yarn for you.
That's fair. But yeah, no, I think that sounds perfect. Because then you also get to irritate a cat if you happen to be a cat owner by dropping hay on her head. She hates when I do that. I get the look.
So I think this one was still on the needles last week, so this is what a finished piece looks like.
Woohoo!
One of these will be the front, one of these will be the back. And when the
Drop
second
shoulder.
piece... Yeah, so when the second piece is finished... Yeah, because my shoulder... It's just like a slight drop shoulder, because I didn't want it to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
So when the second piece is finished, I will pin it together and then sew it so that I get this nice rolled boat neck, which I know you don't like, but I have no issues with it. And
Yeah,
then,
it's like anything else. There's just preferences. It's just if I'm knitting it, I'm not gonna put that on there. I'm gonna make it something that doesn't drive me bonkers.
and then for me, it hits about waist length,
Oh,
thereabouts.
good.
And then I can pin it together on the sides so that I can see how big I want my armhole to be, because I think I want it to start fairly baggy at the top, but I want it to be tight by the time I get to the ribbing at the cuff. So the sleeves
Okay.
are going to take some jiggering and some math.
Yeah, because you'll want to do
To get
your
them...
decreases to
Yeah.
look good, as well as decrease correctly down to a cuff size.
What is this streaming thing? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, view... What? Oh dear. Skipped frames. 25% over the last 2 minutes. What is going on here?
Well, I know it's not me. Thank heavens. It's almost always me.
Stream status poor.
Something going on, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
The joys of live.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. My computer's doing fine. Hey chat, how's the stream looking? Because YouTube and Streamlabs seems to think that it's dying.
Well,
Oh, I
yeah, I
can
mean, I
see it
don't.
being janky. Okay, it is being
Yeah,
janky.
yeah, because I don't hear the husband playing. Cause I don't hear his keyboard tapping. Is what I don't hear. So I don't think a lot of your bandwidth is being sucked up.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Why are we being so janky?
I never know what's going on or what's wrong.
Hmm.
Puzzling.
I literally do not know how to fix this.
Are you still doing your Christmas coding?
I haven't this week, but I have lots of spare time now, so I'm gonna do it this week.
Cool. Yes, last I saw you streaming on Twitch, you were trying to hit a fewer number of trees, or had hit your trees, and were trying to get your luggage. And I don't.
I ended up hitting like 3 billion trees or something. Yeah, I don't know.
That is a lot of trees.
Yeah, I didn't. I
Because I
didn't have to
remember,
try to avoid the trees. I just had to, count the trees that I was gonna hit.
so I remember saying, well, after 241 trees, does it really matter?
Super weird. I can see it being janky, but I don't know what to do about it.
I'm not sure if there's anything you can do about it. My
Yeah,
goodness, these stitches are big.
I think just soldier on and hope the internet sorts itself out, because like Streamlabs is doing fine, my computer's doing fine, so it's got to be an
It'd
internet
be on
slash YouTube thing.
YouTube thing, yeah, which that would definitely be out of anything we would have any control over.
I also said it
Yeah, because
is. It was a bit buffering. It's fine now. Sherry said it was fine, so
maybe it just needed a moment to catch up. We needed to slow down for a few seconds.
maybe.
That's fine.
Okay, skip frames is now going down. Streamlabs is telling me. I don't know. Maybe my computer was doing something.
I have so much set up to just auto process in the background. I don't even know what my computer's doing half the time. It's its own beast. I'll come out some mornings and it'll be like, hey, I shut down, restarted, and reopened up to update your programs. And I'm like, cool, I didn't even know I was getting updates today. Don't mind me, I'm just sitting here purling. I'm working on my Simple Hug. This is my second Simple Hug. It's the Halloween colored Simple Hug. It is knitting. My hand doesn't hurt too bad. I don't think I could do this for like a solid 8 hours, but I can do it for a little bit. So that's nice. Woohoo! I can get some knitting done this week, maybe. That'd be good. There's stuff to do. There's
Oh gosh,
holidays.
The sun just came out. Bright.
We've got Christmas, like Friday.
Don't mind me,
Blind Diana.
the sun just came out. The cloud's coming. One moment.
One moment.
One
Please
moment. The
hold
clouds
for
are moving
cloud
back. Okay,
cover.
we're good. Clouds are good now.
We need a little infographic that says please hold for cloud cover. Can you when you get a moment, like, can you create us a little thingy for that?
Yeah, because there's just like there's one little strip of window that at this particular time of day, if it happens to not be cloudy, the sun's right in my eyes, and I basically have to close the window.
Oh,
But then
you
I'm
just
in darkness, so
never
yeah.
have any luck with your lighting, do you?
It'll be better in the new place.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, well, I'll have space to make it better in this new place.
That's fair. That is a very true statement. All right, let's talk about more things. You've got one more thing, yes? So I'll talk about it. Well, I talked about the Simple Hug. There's really no progress to show, guys. I finished knitting a row, and now I'm purling a row. Like that's it. I didn't. I have not worked on it at all. And if any of you guys just heard that, that is my cat running around with her tail puffed out. So I don't know what she's chasing or if she's really stoned, because catnip toys. And she was definitely baked out of her head this morning. So I don't know what she's doing. So if you hear me go, ah, cat, it's because she's being particularly crazy at the moment. this lives. I walked past this half a dozen times because I was like, what am I going to work on when we record? What am I going to do when we're talking to people on the internet? I don't have any projects that are good to go because I'm so close to the heel on my socks that I'm at the point where it's like knit a row or two and then check. Like it's like that close, right? So I didn't have anything. I could just, go roundy on. Really? Thanks, buddy. Just chasing something. But you could be chasing the dogs for all I know. So this was sitting on my love seat beside my bedroom. In the bedroom, out of the bedroom, into the office, out of the office, round into the sewing room, back again. Did I notice? Did it occur to me to stop and think, dude, you're just knitting and purling. You can totally work on your fly with a simple hug. Nope. Super stressing it out for a while. I went, well, you're so smart, Jocelyn. How do you life? All right. So the other week, I didn't show it because, well, they weren't anywhere near the computer at the time. I crocheted a Christmas ball.
Cute.
No pattern, just cast on in circles and sort of made one up as I went because I wanted to see what the red and white would look like marled. Not bad. I'm still sort of the find a Christmas ornament I like stage, so I'm sort of experimenting and looking at different tutorials and patterns and trying to find ones that I'm interested in making. And I'm just going to make one ofs and decide which one I like to make for the following years. I did start putting together the poinsettia I started making. That's right, a poinsettia. So I love poinsettias as a plant, but you cannot have them if you have pets. They are extremely poisonous to pets.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad. So I have just started to connect it. It's kind of floppy still. So here are the big leaves. I'm making a white one. This poinsettia's coming not red colors as well as red color. So I've got the big leaves sort of put together. I need to hand sew them down. The lady who did the crochet pattern for them crocheted floral wire into the on the last round to give it stability to let you bend the flowers, right? I don't have floral wire, nor is it an essential thing. So I don't have it on the top of my list. When I know I can fiddle with it and just sew these guys down and it'll be fine. And then I have my little petals for the middle. My 4 little petals. So I got to make 3 leaf petals, and then I got to make the little, oh man, it's got a fancy word. It's the it's technically called the sex organ of the flower. That's what it's called. So you make that little colored knobby hymen thingy in the middle, which I know how to do. I just got to connect it. In this case, it'll be red because it's a white petal. In the red flowers, it's a yellow. And then I gotta put that in. But what I wanted to do was to get all the petals sewn down and then just do all of the center colored pollen pieces and then put the leaves on, because then I could run the red yarn through the base, like through both layers of the little petal and the big petal, and secure it better because I'm not using floral wire to give me a bit of a stronger base, and then I can sew my leaves on. So I gotta crochet my leaves still. All of that effort running around in puff tail, and now you're cleaning yourself. You're dramatic.
Feather Stitches podcast says, "Hi, ladies. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you
Hi.
too."
Oh, you should have seen the finished sweater. Oh, so pretty.
Finished sweater?
I don't remember the name of the sweater. All I remember is it's gold and it's got a pretty pattern on the top. I've had 4 hours of sleep. And then yesterday I had 4 hours of sleep. I've had 8 hours of sleep, keeping it over 48 hours. Doing the best I can, people.
She also says, "I want to make some more ornaments. I did a tiny Harry Potter one yesterday. That sounds cute."
That sounds adorable.
And Sherry says, "My cat eats plants, so no real ones here."
Yeah. I'm not sure. She's never really had them, but I have never owned poinsettias when I've had pets because I know how dangerous it is. For the years where I didn't have pets, I got poinsettias every year. My mom would buy me a poinsettia plant every year because I'm really good at killing them, but I really like having them. So I love the real ones. I just know it's not safe. But if I get into it, I like making the poinsettia. And it was like the tutorial on YouTube could have been better in many, many ways. So I might, tell Diana where to go find it. She could drop it in links and stuff later for everybody. But I have to highly stress that unless you are incredibly comfortable with crochet terminology, like it should be an advanced beginning pattern. There's multiple steps, but none of the stitches are overly difficult. She just does not explain well enough for anything other than an intermediate or advanced crocheter to do.
Mm.
Because she doesn't tell you to crochet on both sides of your starting chain. She doesn't go, or she does, like, there's a lot she's just missing stepwise that I had to sit there and watch her tutorial 2 or 3 times to go, oh, that's what she's doing, and then went and did it. But I was pulling from having done that technique before. Whereas if you haven't, oh man, it would be a hot mess. But I do want to challenge myself and try to do that pine cone one that I found the other week. There's no words in that tutorial. No words.
No
It's a
words.
moving video with written print on the bottom.
Oh dear.
I'm like, but I really want that freaking pine cone. It's so cute. So I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna have to watch it again and just read the words, and then I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to get the two to put together. I am out of my mind. Listen, I found mug rugs that are holiday themed. Like, just, I like seasonal stuff. I made a Christmas display lamp, guys. There's a picture on Instagram.
Erin says, my cat only eats the poisonous plants. The ones that aren't poisonous, she leaves alone. Oh, and sometimes she
Cool.
digs in my plant pots. Sounds about
Sure,
right.
why not? Why not? My great aunt Jerry's cat eats chives. I don't know what to tell you. Cats are weird.
All right. The next comment below that from Sherry. In the summer, my dumb cat pulled all the cut pansies out of the vase and drank all the flower water.
That sounds so like something a cat would do.
That's amazing.
Have you seen the new Whiskers commercials?
No.
Oh, so it's this really beautiful gray tabby, hey?
Mm-hmm.
And the first one is, it's night, it's day, it's night, it's day. It's the cat talking to you on the screen, like staring just off screen. And it's like, what is this magical device that turns night into day and day into night? It's the light switch. And the cat and then it goes, Whiskers, that is the promo to feed your cat Whiskers cat food. And I was like, oh, someone on that marketing team owns a cat. The next one was they were hunting. Hey, your spines will not defeat me. I just tell me where your eyeballs are. It's your hairbrush. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They do all sorts of weird things. All sorts. My mom's cat ate bread. Smokey, you could not leave bread on the counter. Bread, bun. You didn't bannock, margarine. You could not leave it unattended. His face would be in it. He'd be licking it or chewing it or just
Weird.
cool. Oh, now you're gonna leave? Okay, goodbye.
Sherry is musing about the pine cone. Would it be like making a dragon scale in the round?
Possible. I'm gonna have to watch the video all the way through and not pay attention to the written words because I can only focus on one thing at a time. So while I'm sure, like, if you have like regular vision, you probably can watch and read text at the same time, but I can't. I can either watch or I can read the text. I have to let one or the other go. So I'm gonna watch all the way through, and that should be enough to puzzle out what it is that she's doing and then read the instructions. But oh man, it's just it's a bad way to tutorial things because if you're just writing the instructions, a lot of people can't learn as well from the written word as they do from an audio instruction or an audio visual instruction. So like if people are watching that on YouTube, I'm assuming they're watching tutorials to learn how to make patterns because like me, they can learn audibly or visually a bit better than they do than maybe strictly say just reading it and just having the visual sort of there for it. So I learn fine both ways. I always have, but I know that's not the norm. I know most people have like one of 3 formats that they're best at, and then the other 2 they're kind of like, sometimes they can do it, sometimes they can't, because it's the audio, visual, and tactile. I don't have to do something, but if you want me to remember it best, I have to hear it. If you show it to me, Yeah, I could usually do fine with it, but if I'm doing it first without having heard the instructions or heard it, I don't do as well. Mhm. Which would Okay, so then you're audio, but you have tactile in there. I don't have to do the thing for it to stick. You've seen what my memory will pull up out of the wisps of the universe that it recalls for no particular reason whatsoever, that has no attachment to anything I'm doing at the time. That's a really nice credit. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try because if the pine cones turn out, that'll be really cool. Hand knit pine cones. Hello, crocheted, crocheted. Get the right term out, Jocelyn.
I forgot I had muted myself to eat a cookie. My apologies. I was talking,
Well, it's a
and I
thing.
didn't say
Were
anything
you?
important. Yeah. Yep.
I can't
There's
see.
chat letting them know. Yeah. Yeah, I was eating a cookie and I forgot to unmute myself.
She does it to me all the time, and she knows I can't tell.
Oops. I'm sorry.
That's fine. All right. So that's I only have one other thing. That's crochet. Would you like me to do it, or would you like to go?
I can do my last thing.
Sure.
Um, it is I realized that it was, I'm going to say, ugly in heavy quotations Christmas sweater season. Just busy. It's the busy sweater season. Busy, tacky, brightly colored.
Over the top.
There we go. Extra.
Over the top. Extra.
So, I pulled out my 8-bit sweater again.
Woohoo!
Last time I had not quite finished the Mega Men, and now I am about halfway through the Boo.
Hey, the boo is cute.
I just love this sweater so much, and I'm very excited to maybe have it done by the end of the year.
Well, you do have all that time off and a bunch of Critical Role to watch.
I do. I was gifted like 3 whole extra days off on top of the week that
Woohoo!
I already had.
Bonus.
Yeah. Companies with money, man.
Kind of nice, eh?
Yeah.
I know. Well, I'm sitting at the yoke section, so I'm on the last pattern chart, which is a game controller, and then I have the decreases and the ribbing, and then I can steek it and do my front ribbing. Steeking. Still don't want to pick up 408 stitches. Do that much charting. I still don't
Mm-hmm. Oh, charting.
wanna.
So I was showing Mr. Diana the rest of the charts for the sweater, which I
Yeah.
think 'cause after the booze, it's join the sleeves, and then it's the game controllers with the decreases. No, game
Well,
controllers and
game
then
controllers
decreases.
then decreases.
Then
Yep.
decreases. But he was looking at the game controllers and he's like, "But why is the D-pad in the middle?
No.
It should be on the left, and there should be some little buttons on the right." And he kind of sold me on that. And so
Are you adjusting your chart?
he yells huzzah from the other room.
Huzzah! Uh-huh.
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 Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I might be
Insert
modding
standard
that
eyeball
chart
roll
a little bit. Because,
at those boys and their inability to be flexible on anything.
well, but he's
Killing me.
right. The D-pad shouldn't be in the middle of the
He's
controller.
not he's not wrong. It should not be there. It should be on the side, and there should be buttons on either side or the other, and the D-pad should be on one or other side, but not in the middle. But I just really
I might care enough. It might bother me enough. It didn't until he said it, but now that he said it, I can't unhear it.
that's fair. But I've already informed his brother that when we start meeting up for gaming again, the only words out of his mouth are, "That's a pretty sweater." And that's what he's going to tell me when he sees that sweater. He's going to appreciate the work I put into it.
Oh,
He's
yes.
going to praise me for it. He said
I
he was.
do believe the boys like to live, And so
Yes,
they will say that everything we have made is beautiful and perfect.
yes. I'm not even dating that one. He knows better. I will come after him and be very mean. What I do is I pout and I refuse to play card games. So he knows if he's mean about something I've made, I don't want to play Magic. So
I'm curious how long this thing's gonna. I feel like this is gonna be very long. Cause like
mine is quite long. I am super stoked because it's also nice and thick. So it's going to be a really great
let's
fall
just take a
jacket.
step back here for a second. Take my ball of yarn
So
with me.
I'm kind of wondering when I do my steeking and I put the bands in, should I just make it a zipper? Like once I've steeked it and opened it up and I put it on and I see how it fits me, if I could do a white panel in the middle to match my obviously my ribbing and stuff at the top and my cuffs and stuff, should I put a zipper in instead of a button band?
Interesting.
I know, I know. Once I've steeked it, I've got options because if it fits the way I think it might fit,
This is
it would
gonna be
look
so
great
long. Like if I join
zippered.
the sleeves right here, this is a regular
See,
sweater
that would be
length, but I still
best.
have the
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
of the chart to do. This is gonna be
Oh,
long. This is practically
oh,
tunic. It's
I
practically a
know,
tunic.
I know. Could you imagine that in the fall? That's gonna be great. You're gonna want to wear it in and out of your car, running errands. It's gonna be great.
It is gonna be great. I'm going to wear this with so much pride.
So excited. So
Okay.
yeah, because I keep thinking because mine will be the cardigan if I've got depending on how it fits. Because if it's
Oh, I'm
gonna be
throwing
a
yarn
little bit of
everywhere.
a bit of a weird fit, I'll just do an extra wide button band and I'll just button it up. It's fine. But I keep thinking with a puffy poofy vest over top. I haven't owned a poofy vest in a long time. I have like a ginormous men's 3XL one that I wear when I'm doing Halloween decorations some years because it has the world's largest pockets. And I have
Mm.
everything in my pockets when I'm working on Halloween stuff. I've got my cell phone because my headphones are in my ear. I got tape, I got glue, I got scissors, I've got nail gun thing strips for the nail gun. I got or the staple gun. I got just garbage, tweezers, random orange glitter, like just the assortment of stuff that comes out of my pockets when I come inside from having crafting for Halloween stuff is absurd at best. Absurd at best. So I don't know. I don't know.
Sherry votes for zipper.
See, that's what I'm thinking. It just depends on all the fit and how big I'm going to have to make that center, those two center sides, my front lapel pieces. That'll determine everything, I suspect, which I won't know till I steek the thing. But boy, is it nice and long. So happy. So
And to
happy.
answer your other question, Sherry, I have not reworked the chart yet, but I've made the decision that I'm going to. But I haven't got to it yet, so I haven't moved it around yet. I'm just going to move the D-pad over and add a couple of dots to be buttons. I think. Maybe 4 buttons. 2 buttons? 4 buttons.
Four buttons. Four buttons.
4 buttons on the controller? Yeah, I
Four
guess.
buttons.
Yeah, to make it like the modern Xbox and PlayStation.
Four buttons.
Yeah.
Says the friend who was literally playing on her Xbox yesterday. Four buttons.
I have the classic N64 controller stuck in my head and it's got the 2 buttons.
Yes,
But
yes. But
this
we
one
moved
has
away
2
from
handles,
that.
not 3. So yeah, so it
Yes.
should have 4 buttons. You're right.
It should have four buttons. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I was eyeballing a new Xbox. Oh man, that'd be a really nice present for myself next year.
I'm
Can't
gonna
decide.
I'm gonna buy a new gaming computer tomorrow probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
after work tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the computer store that's 1 block away and I'll be like, set me up.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
this much
do it.
money, set me up.
Do it. Yeah, I've got a buddy of mine who's willing to rebuild the one I have. So it's like rebuild, sweetie. I'll just get you to price me out a new one. You can just build one from scratch from the bottom up. He's like, really? He's so excited. I'm like, yeah. Like, just can't say when it will happen. But it will happen because it's if I get what I think I'm getting for Christmas from my brother-in-law, it's gotta happen next year because that game has got a big old video file requirement.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've been trying to play Well, apparently I can't stream and have a single game launcher running in the background that I forgot about. Not like a game or anything, or like the game's loaded in the game menu, just the thing
The
that launches the
launcher?
games.
Really?
Apparently that was taking up too much CPU. When I closed that, the stream got better.
Then yeah, dude, it's time.
It is so
It's
time.
time.
I knew it was time. I've been trying to play Fortnite, but I've got the graphics on the lowest pixeliest settings, so I can't see anything. And it's
No, it's
still
time.
lagging hard when people are shooting at me and I keep
No,
dying, so I need a new
it's
computer.
time. It's time. It's
Yeah.
absolutely time.
Yeah.
Yeah, said friend is the dad who's picking up Christmas presents for me this week because I finished his daughter's presents and wrapped them. So I got to finish his little boy's presents because he is now a proud papa of a 13-week-old baby boy.
Ooh. Very nice.
So mom asked for a baby snuggie, baby sack, snuggies, hug. I don't, dude, it's the sack you stick a small child in so it looks cute when you take photos and it sleeps. That's what it is.
It's the blanket
So
it can't kick off.
it is in fact the blanket it can't kick off. So I'm making this one real quick and easy because they don't live in them very long. They don't live in them very long. Babies grow quite quickly. So I'm just finishing my increases for a simple baby sack. I gotta get up to 54 stitches. This is a free pattern from Red Heart. So once I'm up to 54 stitches, I get to go to the inch requirement for said child. In this case, from toes to the top of head, we are 24 inches in length, which will be this length I aim for. That way it can be folded down, and as he grows taller, the cuff can roll up, so he can get the most amount of use out of it. I am
Nice.
making it out of my everyday favorite Bernat Premium. This is my go-to acrylic cotton. My go-to acrylic cotton. My go-to acrylic yarn. Nope, let's use the right words. I love this yarn. It wears well, it is soft against the skin, and it is acrylic. So you know what that means? It is washer and dryer friendly. It doesn't care.
Nice.
It's just happy being a yarn and happy doing its thing, which makes it perfect for projects, especially if it's going to have a lot of wear and tear, or if you want to be able to put it in the washer and dryer because you don't want to lay your blankets flat to dry for a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I'm not a fan of that concept. So here we go. I can't work on it while we podcast because I'm still increasing, so I still got to be paying attention to these little stitch markers on the end. I think I may have started a project page for it. Don't quote me. It's a random assortment of project pages. My personal goal for one of my bingo squares for next year was to start a project page for each project you make. But I can't cross that square off until I do that. All year long. Because I've got to get better at doing this. So I'm not surprised at the end of the year that I've made 8 sweaters. But it'll track that. All right, I'm doing that on my 6.5 millimeter hook. Yeah, this is my 6.5 millimeter hook, given the color I'm looking at. So this you will not see again. There will be no finished this, because this is getting done tonight, tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I get lucky and I get to go to sleep. And then it is immediately going in a present box, and it's immediately getting wrapping paper and a bow, and it's immediately going to its family. Because Dad is waiting for the call. He's just waiting for me to finish the thing, and then he's going to come pick up the presents for the littlest and the girls. And with the littlest coat and sweater being done, it needs to be wrapped. And then I am done everything but my sister's. Oh, I forgot to bring my sister's stuff. I was working on my sister's thing.
Also
I
says
lied.
you will probably not cross off uh, your square for making project pages unless you get a secretary.
Trust me. The thought has crossed my mind. All right. It's my turn to abandon you guys. Diana's going to have to come up with content
Oh gosh,
on the fly.
content on the fly.
I lied. There's one more project. It's in bed. I'll be back.
Oh no, content on the fly. How's everybody doing today? Way to be awkward. Oh, holiday baking. What's everybody baking for holidays? We're like clinging to all the food traditions because that's all we've got this year. Because like we would be flying home to see family, but that's not a thing. And we're like, but all our two other friends that we actually have here also have their own, like, we all have Christmas Zoom calls to be doing like all day, so we're not even like doing a normal Christmas dinner or anything. So we're like what's everybody? Yeah, so we're like clinging to the food stuff. So I'm curious what other people are doing for food. Also, I don't bake for Christmas, but Christmas baking. Oh gosh, we were doing shortbread yesterday, and I had a bite of shortbread cookie, and I almost had like a tiny breakdown because it was like suddenly it tasted like Christmas, and then I realized it was Christmas, but then it was like not a normal Christmas, and like I had like a mini existential crisis with this one bite of shortbread cookie yesterday.
See, whereas like this would be the Christmas for you guys to try something new and have a new tradition.
Like what?
I don't know. Pick something different that you've always wanted to try, but don't because it's not a part of your normal traditions. Like, change it up, do something different. Enjoy that it's just you two.
I think we're just gonna play video games all day, which is not gonna
Cool.
be much different from the day before or the day after.
Exactly what my sister and her husband do. Crazy people. All right, I lied. There's something I've been working on slowly, and it occurred to me I needed to talk about it because I've done some late night knitting, which hasn't been knitting because my tripod is missing a connector bit thingy, so I have to hold my phone while I talk to everybody at night, so I can't do that and work on something. I finally started putting strips together to make my sister's couch blanket. I've already
Ooh.
told her she's not getting it in time for Christmas. She says that's fine. She's like, I come downstairs to talk to you and you finally fallen asleep and you're in bed sleeping and your cat's under your squares and there's squares all over the bed and cat toys all over the floor. She's like, I start cleaning and I realize I'm a mom. Yes, you are. You can just leave those. I'll find them in the morning when I get up. So I'm using a combination of knit mitered squares and the never-ending supply of 365-day granny squares that just refuses to go away. There is still more squares. So I have officially sewn together 2 strips, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're doing it at like 3 in the morning because you're tired and you hope you can fall asleep shortly, it's a lot of progress. So I'm alternating them so that way every knitted square will match up with a crochet and every crochet square will match up with a knitted square.
Nice.
So I gotta, once that's, the strips are done and the ends are woven in on each of the strips, which is why she's not getting this in time for Christmas, because Christmas is Friday, Saturday, one of those
Friday.
days. Whatever, one of those days. Not happening. But she will get a stack of strips with a bow tied around going, hey, progress. It's fine. She bought herself an Udi. She's not hurting for warmth. She says she gets so warm in the Udi, she has to take it off.
Oh gosh.
That's something.
Yeah. Wow.
That's something. My sister never gets too warm in the wintertime. She's like you. She's quite cold in the winter. So I have a bunch more mitered squares. I have a bunch more crocheted squares. And I'm just going to continue to sew them together quietly in bed at night, some nights while I listen to the news, hoping I can fall asleep. Rarely enough, yes, the news calms me down and helps me sleep. It's probably because I get so exasperated. And I just go, that's it, I'm done. Washed my hands of this day. I'm finished with you people.
Also says your blanket strips are pretty.
I think they're turning out quite well. So I'm sewing them together with some gray, some large ball of gray acrylic. I think it's red heart something. Don't ask me on the scraps, the miter squares. Don't ask me on the
Gosh,
the 365. Yeah. I think the 365 is all red heart soft. But the acrylic mitered square scraps, they're things I've had for years, and they're just like little leftover balls. I don't know. Odds are good. A lot of it's burnout premium because that is what I tend to prefer, but I cannot guarantee that. All I can say for sure is it's acrylic and it's soft. That's it. That's all I've got. Oh my god, I've got 3 cast-ons this week. Dear heavens. Okay, now I'm done talking about stuff I've been crafting on. And yes, my hand's been hurting since Friday.
I mean, don't kill yourself. There's, or, well, don't kill your hand.
Yeah, I think it's don't kill my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm I don't think I'll do much more knitting than like the row I'm finishing now, but that's fine. We're good.
Okay.
I don't have any due date for the simple hug, and I'm not going to do something crazy like try to finish the 8-bit or anything ridiculous. Like that's not.
Yeah. I have a small hope that I might finish it by the end of the year. I
I
actually have time, so I might
possible.
actually. It's
Like I
possible.
might. I think for sure I'm going to take this week off again from like any sort of heavy knitting just to give my hand a little bit of extra
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and but like after that, then yeah, I might be able to do it. So it's still feasible because well, I've got that sis love shawl I want to finish. So like maybe I'll do crochet charts this week. And then we've got Christmas Day, and you and I are gonna, yeah, because we're gonna do. You want to join me for a live stream Christmas Day at noon my time?
Uh, sure. Yeah.
I don't know when your family chats start. I don't
It won't be.
know.
My family will be on the 24th. It'll be Mr. Diana's family on the 25th.
Okay. Oh,
And yeah,
there's
I
no
don't
way
know.
they're getting bent up by noon.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Nobody's coming over, so.
He is not. Like they might convince him to get out of bed for bacon toast, but he'll go right back to bed.
Yeah. Oh man,
So
I just
I
thought
feel good.
of okay, no, there is now a new potential tradition that I am looking forward to because my family's
Okay.
Christmas breakfast is a thing that I've recently learned is called monkey bread, but which we always called cinnamon buns.
Yeah. Well, those are entirely different things.
They are, I have learned. Yes, so monkey bread is the thing that my family
It
always had for Christmas morning breakfast.
sure
Mr. Diana's family has bacon sandwiches.
they do,
So
which
we
I
can
can't
just
say is a
smash
wrong way
that
to go.
together.
Yes, you can, because it's
Oh,
just you guys, and you could have monkey bread and bacon sandwiches. Go wild, have monkey bread and bacon sandwiches, and eat it in bed. It's just you two.
not
You
gonna
could
eat it
make
in
it
bed. That's gonna get crumbs and sticky in the
everywhere,
bed.
everywhere. Like as an
Okay, but now
adult,
I'm
I
looking forward
can't
to
say it's a good
this.
idea,
Okay, this is
but
gonna
yeah,
be a thing.
I'm super stoked. This is the first time in decades. I've worked retail since I was 16, and I've been in management since I was like 17 or 18. I've been a third key holder or higher pretty early on and pretty steadily because it's just how that's how the cookie crumbles. My dad has driven me nuts for years because he wants to open Christmas presents Christmas morning. As a child, when we did Christmas, we went to our grandparents' farm, my mom and dad, my dad's parents' farm. We didn't open anything other than stockings and maybe one present from Santa Christmas morning. There was nothing else till after Christmas dinner in the evening, Christmas Day. Because you couldn't open the other presents till Granny Eva showed up.
Mhm.
And she didn't come out from Minnedosa and from her care home till early afternoon.
Mhm.
So we got the Santa presents in the stockings. Santa, good man, always had toys in there and stuff we could play with, or puzzles and games. And right, he's always on the marker, that boy. But we didn't open up the other ones till the evening. And I grew up doing that as a big part of the traditions. So when we stopped going to the farm, because my grandparents had moved into town, my great grandmother had been passed away for years at this point. We started that time frame kept creeping closer and closer to morning. Well, by the time I got to morning, I'm working Christmas Eve and I'm key holder. I wasn't getting out till like 8 or 9 o'clock Christmas Eve to have everything balanced, to have everything shut down, to have everything prepped for Boxing Day, which I
Mhm.
almost always inevitably also worked because I took the time. Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll work. It's extra money. Why wouldn't I work? That's crazy talk. Of course, I'll take the shift. So I would have the one day. So it'd be like high school, full time, 2 part-time jobs, one of which at least I had a key. So I was responsible for closing stuff all the way up to just before Christmas. Then all the work for Christmas, the one day off on Christmas Day. And then I usually worked straight towards New Year. I've done that for a very long time. Some jobs I've held over the years meant I worked Christmas Day. I don't get up before 10 a.m. on Christmas. That is, it is a rule. It is a rule my niece has grown up with, which is creepy when you wake up and you realize the 3-year-old and your father are both waiting for you to get out of bed in the morning because you can hear your mother saying, no, you can't bother Eddie Jocelyn yet. It's not 10. Stop inside of your granddaughter. No one's going to do that this year. No one's going to be down here waiting for me to get up in the morning. I'm not going to be having to get out. Nope. I can get out of bed at 10. I can do the second rise on the cinnamon bun rolls because I just make a batch of cinnamon buns Christmas morning. I have for a while now because I happen to like eating the things. I don't have to not put nuts in them because my mom doesn't like nuts in her cinnamon buns. I can have it with real cream cheese icing on it. Like, I am very excited. And then I realized I don't have bacon. I like this bacon toast idea.
The bacon toast things, I'm quite happy to add that to the permanent Christmas
I
traditions.
I believe bacon toast is going to have to happen. I normally just get turkey bacon because I like turkey bacon better, but it doesn't go as well in toast.
But bacon.
Bacon's quite tasty. I do enjoy bacon every once in a while. But yeah, no, I think the big thing this year is just to enjoy the holiday you get to have. And try something new, do something different. We're all doing something different anyway, so embrace it.
Yeah, I guess.
Go wild, go crazy.
Think about what you do have, not what you don't.
What was because again, I'm old, I listen to the radio. There was a lady on the radio, I think it was sometime this week. Yeah, they were talking, and she pointed out that just before Christmas, when she was a child, her father became a prisoner of war in a Japan camp in World War II. We're not actually separated. We're not actually isolated.
It's a different level of
fair. Okay, cool. You didn't know if your father was alive for years. That is decidedly different than just having to talk to him through a Zoom call this year. Okay. Okay, I can take that censor from an 80-plus-year-old grandmother. I could. Yep. Nope. No, she didn't say it wasn't hard. She said it wasn't actually that hard. There was a difference. I'm like, fair. No, I think you're right. I think it's hard, but it's not quite that hard.
Yep.
That's a very good perspective to have on it. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy what I get to do. What I get to do is bug the crap out of my cat all day. All day. She has presents under the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I already know my sister got her springs because they're her favorite toy. She also ordered this giant ball for her dog upstairs. I think it's bigger than the dog is.
Oh, God.
It's going to be huge. I hope to God it doesn't squeak.
Catching up on chat a little bit.
Sure, we're super derailed as always. Yeah. It's just...
So going back a few minutes, everybody was mentioning their baking stuff. I was wondering if
I love baking.
Would be interested in an Instagram live of baking. At some point, it had crossed my mind it might be fun to do a live with some baking.
I vote yes. I'll watch on my personal account.
My kitchen still has terrible lighting, but the angles are pretty good.
Whatever. I'm doing it. I'm making that chocolate butter peppermint cake.
We have one vote for yes to a live. Okay. Well, I guess I have to do it now. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Sometime this week.
The internet's spoken.
Sometime this week.
I'm going to make my...
wanted to know if we have any special plans for episode 200. Which will be in 5 weeks.
God.
Which I believe hits the end of January? Hang on, I gotta pull up a calendar.
Snickerdoodles. Negative captain. It just occurred to me now to put the 2 and 2 together that 195 means we're 5 episodes away from 200. Diana, did you want to do something special?
3, 4, 5. It'll be the 24th of January will be episode 200.
Cool. Hadn't even crossed my mind, and I'm the planner.
Well, you have 5 weeks to figure it out.
Oh my God. Yep. I've got some time. I'll have to throw something together. I have no idea. Some people do like Q&As. Some people do little celebratory vlog videos. I don't know what's us. If that makes sense. And really, what don't I tell the internet?
In the before times, it would have been going somewhere and getting cake.
Yes, but right now the before times is the now times, and that's fine.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We're taking suggestions.
Yes. I love having ideas thrown at me. That's great. Please do.
3 votes for the live. Okay, well, I really have to do it now.
Excellent. Well, does my vote count? That's 4.
Okay, 4 votes. Then
I'll sit and chat.
also is also saying your gift traditions sounds like how we do it on Christmas Eve.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just my family, my uncle, my aunt, who live in the city, my cousins who live in the city, my other uncle who's not an uncle, my grandpa comes in from Brandon. We all like go to his place, like to my uncle's house, or we all come here. We alternate most years, and we do a dinner Christmas Eve. Not fancy. That's what we do. But there's like, it's everybody shows up like an hour before dinner starts. We have dinner. Everybody wanders away about 2 hours later. We sit, we chat, we eat a lot of food. Some presents get exchanged, mostly because a couple of the cousins are quite hardcore about those sorts of things. So we do that stuff, and then clean up and go to bed. That's it. I leave Dad watching Christmas movies, and I run away because I hate having the television on at Christmas. Hate, hate it. Hate it. I hate that the TV's on at Christmas. I hate that the TV's on at Christmas. Doesn't matter. This Christmas, I don't have any Alvin and the Chipmunks album. Thank the gods. And I listened to Christmas music from September through to Christmas Day one year.
But that is not a good album.
My mom loves to play it. Just kills me.
My mom loves the Porky Pig version of Blue Christmas.
No. Oh, Diana.
It's not even a whole album, it's just one. It's a single.
Ooh. Ooh. This year it's been nothing but jazzy Christmases and choral choirs. No freaking TV Christmas movies anywhere to be seen because it's not my thing. But oh, yes. There's been Bare Naked Ladies Christmas album. There's been Pentatonic's Christmas albums.
Oh,
there's been, yeah,
I should turn on some of that. I forgot about theirs.
Yeah, just, oh, beautiful. Some Lindsay Sterling. She did a Christmas album. How could you go wrong with Lindsay Sterling?
Yeah.
The Pupini sisters, like the bubble. Got to have the bubble in there. So it's like, yeah, just all the Christmas stuff I like.
Playlist, didn't I? Because I have not listened to any of that this year, and now that you've reminded me of its existence, I must have made a playlist.
Oh, I play it most mornings. I play it, and I like listening to the weekend morning show this month because they always go through and they play a bunch of Christmas music.
I have a whole bunch of that.
Yeah, so it helps me find artists I don't remember or things that I don't recall, or ones I've never heard of before.
There's some Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox on here as well.
Yeah, like it's just, now this is the year. This is the year to try something new, to go, you know what? I actually don't enjoy this thing that we do, and because we're not with people this year, I don't have to do it.
There's actually nothing I don't enjoy about Christmas. I like the food, I like the people, the schedule has always worked out really nicely for me. That my family does Christmas Eve and everybody else does Christmas Day, so our Christmases never clashed. I never had to make any of those decisions.
The only problem with Christmas was he's not into Christmas. My biggest hurdle was him.
Fair. Yeah, there's nothing I don't like about Christmas.
Yeah, so it's not something I have to worry about anymore.
Suggestions for episode 200 also says we could have a live cake thing, which we are obviously going to have cake, or maybe cupcakes or donuts.
There will be some form of sugar.
I found a lot of really great little bakeries and stuff here now on Instagram, and so there's a lot of donuts and stuff that I need to try eating. Sherry suggested a live D&D knitting chat.
It's a live D&D knitting chat. I love the concept. Just on board. I don't even know what it is. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't quite know how to execute that, but I like it.
And we knit and answer questions about D&D and talk D&D. Like, we could do that for hours.
Oh my god.
Legitimately for hours. I was having a debate with Mr. B, the Ben, during the last live Critical Role of the year, because they take off from now till the new year. So there's no new ones till the 14th of January, which gives Diana time to catch up.
I'm officially halfway, by the way.
Oh, yeah, go Diana. That's amazing. So I'm out of live episodes to watch for a while. And he was sitting there and he was complaining about banishment as a spell. And he said something and I was like, that's not right.
What's wrong
It's
with
like,
banishment?
technically, there's nothing wrong with banishment. He doesn't like when things don't go his way. And he usually DMs. Banishment works combat quite hardcore. And he's like, yeah, but it does this. I'm like, no, I think it does this. He's like, silence. No, you're right. You did that from memory, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, I'm a cleric. Of course I did that from memory. I know the banishment spell. It is on my spell list. Of course I know it.
Well, doesn't it only banish things for an hour or something? They can come back?
If you are originally from the plane of existence that you have been banished from, so if you're originally from, like, whatever, plane A, and banishment kicks you to B, because it's a random allotment, right? You come back after a minute, because it's not technically what home is. But if you're not originally from A, you're from C, banishment kicks you back to C, and after a minute, you stay there. Because that is actually your home.
Okay.
So at the end of banishment, the target returns to its original home plane. It's only permanent if your original home plane is not the plane you were initially banished from.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he was like, and I was like, no. If you're actually from plane A, you come back. It's only a minute. Just it seems forever in combat because combat rounds are 6 seconds long. So like
Yeah, so a
a
minute's 10
minute in
rounds.
combat is a long time. And if you got like 5 or 6 people at the table,
It's
that's
a
like a
long
half
time.
hour, 40
Yeah.
minutes before you get a minute done.
Oh, yeah.
So what? We do that all the time though.
Oh,
Yeah, because he
Sherry
likes.
has filled in, we play D&D and knit and stuff. So basically, live stream D&D.
Well, we both know at least one person who'd be game to do that. And she's stuck in Vancouver this year, so I don't know if her girlfriend plays or not, but oh.
This might be something to explore.
Maybe we'll see if the mysterious Mr. B will DM a one-shot for us.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Well, because he's got all minis, and but heavens knows he's got terrain for days.
Oh, this combat sponsored by Dwarven Forge.
It's combat sponsored by Ben's Wallet, which purchased Dwarven Forge. And way too much of it.
Sorry, not sponsored by, powered by.
Powered by. Oh, no, you're right. Oh, that could be fun. A bit tight to set it up in 5 weeks, but I don't know. I'll float the idea.
Tracy's, I mean, okay, you play live and I will knit. Yeah, that sounds
Hey,
more accurate.
listen. When we played, I knit while we were playing, so it's not. Playing would not stop us from knitting.
Fair. And Asa suggests you can talk about all the whips and FOs since episode 1.
Oh my god.
That would be a lot.
Even if it was just showcasing some of them.
There's so
many. What in the world did I even work on in episode 1?
This is where Ravelry project pages come in handy.
Don't even start with me. Don't even start with me.
I can just go back to January. No, wait. Not January. March. March of 2017.
Don't even start with me.
18? 17.
I don't know. When did I have my surgery? We started that year. Oh, we started whatever, 50.
Before I got married.
There's a lot of life before you got married, my dear.
Yeah, but I don't remember if it was that year or the year before.
Well, what year is it now? And we're at 3 years in March, right? 4 years in March. So
17
essentially, then. Yeah. 2017. Oh my god, that was ages ago.
Yeah.
The kid was still short. I don't know what to tell you.
Also says, thank you, Diana. I was thinking about those project pages. Yeah, project pages. Project pages for the win.
Don't even start with me, you two. Don't even start with me. I literally this week on Discord apologized because I dropped a link for a lace chart into the mods, like into the moderator channel on Discord because I had nowhere else to stick it at the time and I wasn't anywhere near my computer. I was like, sorry, this has got to go somewhere. I'll forget it. It was handy. I needed that link later. Though, I did resend the 12 Days of Christmas YouTube link that also posted in the Patreon feeds. Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, so good. It was okay. I'm going to send it to you personally
Okay.
because those two dudes singing read because they act while they're singing. So it's like partridge in a pear tree. And there's the two dudes.
Mm-hmm.
One guy gets in front, the other guy gets behind, jumps up on him, puts his arms out, and goes, caw.
Oh my god.
They got a different thing for every day. So like by the time they get to the 12th day and they're running, like they're tired. And you can tell that they're like, okay, I just got to do it one more time.
That sounds amazing. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I do need to watch this.
Oh, my mom was offended. So Isabel doesn't know a lot of Christmas carols, so she's spending a lot of time singing with Grandma right now. Grandma's not okay with it.
You gotta know Christmas carols.
Oh, so I'm providing the funny anecdotes for it. So brings me joy. All right.
Aaron
Well, if we're
says,
done, what?
Aaron was saying, I have played D&D exactly once, and I knit. It was so much fun, and I amazed everyone there by knitting half a sock. Yep.
Excellent. So, Aaron, the unofficial, official intern, you, me, that's 4. If I can get Ben to DM, we're a party.
All right, we'll work on this.
Aaron's like, ah. Oh gosh. Watch me go, hey Ben, specifically on this day, I need a one shot and you need to run it for 4 girls. Can't let me buy. Watch him go, what now? Also, clear out enough space that you can video the thingy. We don't need to see your face, we just need to hear your voice. We need to see the table.
Mm-hmm.
C being, variable depending on which one of us is looking.
That might be the hardest part of the whole thing. It's just, how do you set up that camera?
His camera would have to be on the table and not on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so long as it stayed on the mat whenever he drew or put the scenery out and stuff, that would happen. But he would be responsible for moving us around, so we would have to be very clear with our instruction. But I mean, it's just, you play D&D with me. It's the same way I instruct when we're doing battles. I go, okay, I want to go here. This is my movement, and I would do that without, entering zones and stuff. It would just be he would be receiving those instructions from all of us.
Mm-hmm. No,
Bright side is he wouldn't have to worry about hiding anything because outside of the camera field, we wouldn't see a dang thing. So he could have all of his stuff everywhere, prepped and ready to
very
go.
Useful.
Yeah, because all you have to see of us is our faces, because our sheets and our dice and stuff can be off screen, and we could hold up our knitting and chat and stuff while he does set up and things. So like it is doable. It's just kind of fiddly. Not terribly fiddly, but kind of fiddly.
Thinking about the practicalities of setting this up. Okay, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole later, not now.
Cool. I love rabbit holes.
I'm going to go down a technical rabbit hole later.
I have no books this week because of a rabbit hole.
Oh gosh, yeah, I still have no books this. No, that's not true. I did listen to a podcast for like 20 minutes of my walk, and then I got distracted because so there's this trail that's like 10 minutes that way, and it's down a creek and everything, and it's actually quite nice. And but it had this sign and it said trail mix, and I'm like, what? It's a playlist. You scan the QR code with your phone and it takes you to a Bandcamp playlist of local artists. It's about 15 minutes long and it lasts roughly the length of that section of trail. It's the trail mix.
Adorable.
So I started listening to that instead.
Fair. No, because I really don't have anything to put into Wool Gathering. We're at the tail end of the year. What do we got? Patreon's done till 2021. Our first meetup will be in January. The finish-a-thon runs till the end of the month. I actually finally got Diana a video.
Yeah, I can play that.
We're not going to talk about how long it took me to figure out how to put text in, and I can't layer text yet. Not that good, guys. Are you going to play it?
I will. The next Patreon e-knitting will be on the 23rd of January, 2021, when hopefully the world is a little bit less of a trash fire. Ooh, and I'll be in my new place.
You'll be in a new place.
Yeah, I moved
so that'll be exciting. Excellent. So that's going on. So yeah, we've got the gallery for the finish-a-thon, which really only leaves talking about the podcast anniversary and the extra videos and stuff that are coming up.
Oh, sorry, I just saw that you texted me like 3 hours ago. Whatever, we sorted it out.
I love being able to get a hold of you on multiple platforms.
Okay, I did not get that text until sometime when we were doing this, because the Discord message that you sent me was the first one that I saw.
I sent the text first.
I
Well,
know,
no,
I
I
see the
sent the
timestamp.
stare first, but
I see the timestamp on it that indicates that it was sent first, but the Discord
holy
one was the one I saw. I didn't get that text till
oh,
sometime when we were doing this live.
that is crazy. Monster sleeping. Ooh, are you gonna play the gallery?
Yes, I will play the gallery. Let's just mute us here and I'll play the thingy. We're back. The video is done.
Woo! It's not a long video, but it's there. Listen, we counted eaten bag of potato chips. We counted a finished bag of liqueur in a book. You know how hard it is to finish anything most years, never mind this year? It counts.
I finished a cookie. Does that count?
That counts.
Yes.
Listen, I put on pants today. I'm trying to figure out how to make that count. It's just, I made my bed. Technically, that's a finish. So it's just celebrating getting stuff done. Getting stuff done, which is great because finishing things is
Finishing.
glorious. It also means we're ready for like 50 billion cast-ons.
Yeah.
Because we're doing a live Christmas Day, which, yeah, I'm totally game for. I'll be casting on because Christmas Day cast on, obviously. And then Louise is, that's my problem right now. Louise is doing a Zoom chat a little bit later on with some of the people from the Fiber Friends Friday Night Knit-In, which I'm a member of on Facebook. So I'm obviously joining in on that one. And then I got my family chats as well too. It's like my Christmas Day is full of video calls. I don't find them draining, so it's fine. Then Boxing Day, the Stephen West Cal starts, the hibernation Cal. Join us, Diana. Diana, cast on with me and Asa. You know you wanna.
Can I cast on a different foreskin thing that I already have?
Well, I mean, it'll be fine. It's not like I'm going to enter the actual Cal, so I don't care which one you cast on. I just want you to join us in a cast on.
I have that 5-skein one from that I
The
got
Mohair
at
Madness?
the store in Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah, cast that on with us.
Okay, I'll do that one.
Cast that on with us. And me and us are going to do the Hyber.
Chat too.
Yeah.
The peer pressure from all angles.
Yeah, let's do that. And then on the 27th, so like the 25th, I'm on the internet for a good chunk of the day doing Zooms. On the 26th, I'll be on the internet on and off doing casting on and chatting with people. The 27th, we have our last live of the year.
Gosh, that's so much live.
This is 3 solid days of interneting for me. Sweet. And then I get a break. Then we get to the new year, and the 1st of January is the podcast anniversary. So
Right.
that's at least
I gotta pick something for that.
3 that's at least 3 new cast-ons in less than a week. Possibly more if I double cast on Christmas Day and cast on once with you and cast on something else with Louise.
I gotta finish these sweaters. I need my needles back.
I know. I just like, dude, what can I get done in like a week? Gotta go. Gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do the 8-bit. Might be able to do the 8-bit by the end of the year. Definitely not before Christmas.
No.
No,
No, it's not happening.
but I could make some serious progress on the Sislov shawl, and I could possibly get my socks done, which would free up so I could cast on a pair of socks. Nothing wrong with a sock cast on for the start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Sounds
no
like-
way the simple hug will be done. No.
Sounds like Rita's joining us too for the hibernation. No, hibernit.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Hibernate along. I don't remember entirely what it's called. Also was like, hey, have you heard of this? I said, no. And she's like, will you join me? And I was like, yes. You can see how hard it is to bend to my rubber arm. Listen, I've drawn the line at crazy. I am not joining the Cozy Up Knits MCAL this year. That's too much. I have to draw the line somewhere, and that's where I'm drawing it.
Okay. So when you cast that on,
Oh, shush.
remember this conversation.
Yeah. Future me is gonna be so grumpy with past me, so it would be funny.
Naughty Thistle says, looking forward to the hibernate along. I should be done with the Slipstravaganza just in time.
Woohoo! That'd be exciting.
The Slipstravaganza did look kind of fun.
It did. No time. No time. Remember, I've still got the blanket of doom.
I'm just
That
super
needs to
into
be finished.
sweaters at the moment. Like, I have a lot of shawls,
I think
and I really want sweaters now.
I may have changed my mind. I may do the blanket of doom this week because it'll give my right hand that rest, and that needs some serious work. And that would be amazing to have off my hook by the end of the year. If I could do that and the 8-bit sweater, how accomplished would I be?
Very. Asa says she was going to ask you to join her for the Cozy Up Knits MCAL. You're getting peer pressured.
Talk to me next week, Asa. You know you'll sucker me into it because you know I like their patterns and I like their designs. So odds are good I'll be doing that one too. Yeah, I can hear Jamie. Just join Jocelyn, it's fine. A whole lot of you. You know how bad I almost casted on a Pegasus unicorn because of Sarah. They have the unicorn dragon book, and Sarah took the Pegasus and added the unicorn horn, and she's been crocheting it. And I'm like, well, now that's what I want to put that mohair yarn on.
Oh, that would make good unicorn hair.
And I have the book, and I've got the yarn. I'm like, so close to going, yeah, let's do that too. I do not have time for any of this stuff.
Asa says we can have a Zoom cast on.
We might actually for the 26th there, Asa. Chat with everybody who's joining for the hibernation and Diana for her. It's a Stephen West, it counts, Cal. Cast on. And we could just do a Zoom chat or something, or a Google Meet and chill and talk about the colors we picked and stuff. I think that'd be fun. We're all home anyway. Let's visit with each other the way we can. Why not? Also, I need Diana because she does all the interneting teching stuff.
Okay.
I don't. But I do the hours of video editing, so I feel like it's a fair trade.
It is. Yep. This would not be happening still if I was in charge of the editing. This would have stopped a long time ago.
Oh, sometimes that editing kicks me in the teeth. Okay. I was telling Diana while you guys were watching the video, I didn't read anything this week. I fell down a rabbit hole called Food Wars on Netflix.
Oh,
It's an anime.
Oh, I have watched some of that.
It's 2 seasons of Trainwreck, and I couldn't help myself. I watched till the end.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful disaster.
It's such a glorious hot mess. I can't take my eyes off the screen. I was texting Ben, and I was like, what am I watching? He's like, oh, this sounds good. What am I watching?
It's like There's like
It's not for
tentacles.
children.
No,
It's
there's.
not for
It's like
not for children.
it's like hentai with food.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
It
so
is.
weird.
It is, and I am comfortable with vaguely with anime over the top, like
But yeah, it's
gratuitous amounts of
anime.
skin don't. It's anime. It doesn't. It does not bother me. But oh man, these guys take it to a whole other level.
They cranked that knob to 11 and then broke it off.
And that just kept turning it, and it's so ludicrous, and I can't help it. I want a season 3 so bad it's not even funny. I was so upset when I ran out in season 2. I'm like, what do you mean there's only 2 seasons? I need more. I have to watch more of this stuff. Don't just give me 2. Give me more. So there we go. That was my week this week, was watching Food Wars. No, there was no learning. There was no education. If anything, I may have gotten dumber watching that.
Oh
I
yes.
just don't care.
Oh yes.
Just don't care. It was so comfort foody. It was so potato chippy. It was just like I can't stop. I can't stop. Beautiful. 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 And I watched the last live Critical Role for the year. They're doing animated shorts to get people caught up on the Mighty Nine. I don't need the catch up, but I'm going to watch the little animated shorts
Oh, that's cute.
because they previewed it on the at the break. And I was like, it's adorable cartooning. It's adorable little animated cartooning. I was like, nope, gotta watch. gotta watch. It's super cute. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. No idea what the release schedule is like, but I haven't watched any of their narrative telephone outside their round 2. I watched the first episode of round 2 and was like, yep, it's just as good second round 2 as it was round 1. I think you would really enjoy narrative telephone.
Okay.
The premise is just sort of updated version of telephone, like the game we used to play as kids.
Yeah.
They sat in the circle,
Mm-hmm.
except one of them starts and they do a little brief story. And then the video file goes to the next person on the list. They get to watch it once, and then they record their version and send it off to the next person. And what you're watching is the progression of that story through all the characters, like through all the cast members.
Oh my.
And they rotate. Everybody takes a turn going first, and then watch all the way through, and then you get to watch them reacting to the video to see where the story goes. It's just, oh, my ribs hurt when I'm done. I'm laughing so hard. It's so good. And I mean, like, Travis was mean, so he did character voices. So he played himself as Grog, doing a YouTube video promo about weight training, like just at his day. Some of them included song snippets. I'm just like, oh, they're just mean. Like at one point, Matt uses Victor's voice. Victor's from Campaign 1. But it's such a hard voice to do, and just, so flipped multiple characters, different view. They're mean to each other. They're just mean. I can't wait to continue watching them now.
That sounds pretty great. I'm gonna have to watch some of that.
Mm-hmm. No, it's whatever. It is what it is, but that's because I needed something to tide me over till the 14th because I don't get any new Critical Role till then. And I'm quite addicted. I understand my addiction with this. So
Of all the things to be addicted to, that one seems okay.
I could have worse.
Aaron was saying about Food Wars. I love that anime. It was so hilarious. I'm pretty sure there are more episodes of it on Crunchyroll than there are on Netflix.
I'm going to get Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll also does English translated mangas, which means for a lot of the stuff that I've watched that has been very, very successful light novels or have a longer anime season in Japanese, but they don't have it in English, I can just read the mangas for. So, like, I can read all of Fairy Tail, and I could read Kakurio and Kuromakuro and a bunch of the other ones that I really, really sort of super enjoy. Like, I could get through the rest of Bleach, so I've only been able to watch so much of it. So I feel like January I will be up to 3 streaming services. Just trying really hard to avoid.
Yeah.
But I'm not willing to give up Funimation because I like their format, like their website design is so much better. So much better. But Crunchyroll just gives me more of a database to pull from. They're clunky as all get out. It's not enjoyable to work around in. So At least I've managed to put off getting Acorn TV, so
What
there's
is
that.
that one?
Acorn tends to do sort of higher brow British television, sort of focusing in on like period pieces, documentaries. Yeah, that's right. I go from super booby anime to
You know what?
award-winning documentary series.
You can't do the heavy stuff
Nothing
all
in
the
between.
time. You need some potato chips sometimes.
Oh, my mom was telling me the winners of the Masked Singer. There was a name that I recognized. Oh, I chat with my mom too much. Okay, so that Masked Singer is the thing that my mom watches.
Okay.
And they're literally in like hard, like if you Googled the Masked Singer, hardcore costumes. Like you can't tell who these people are because they're elaborate costumes and they sing, which makes sense. It's the Masked Singer, right? And then the judges try to guess who's under the costume. So this year, in third place was the crocodile, looked like a giant crocodile. It was Nick Carter. What?
Okay.
Second place was dressed as a mushroom, and he was aloe black. And when he first came out, you thought possibly female. Nope, male. Reggae. So I'd never heard of him before because I don't know reggae. But first place was Sun, and Sun was Leanne Rimes. They do little clue snippets. Leanne Rimes is a big singer. They do little clue snippets where the Sun tells you about their story to stardom, and they drop hints and stuff. Right? Would not have gotten there from any of the clues I saw. Not a hope is said. But I mean, one of the masked singers that was revealed was Bob Saget. I didn't even know he could sing.
Wow. Okay.
What? So I loved the costumes. Could care less about the singing part. My mom liked the singing competition part. I was just like, oh, that costume's so cool. What am I interested in, right? So she was telling me that the other week, and I was like, what? I wanted to know who Mushroom was. I liked Mushroom. Mushroom had a good vibe. I forget who Broccoli was. Broccoli was another big one. They're ridiculous. They're over the top. Like someone has gone wild in the costume department and made Halloween costumes that just outshine every other Halloween costume we've ever thought of on the face of the planet.
I really want all of these to have like glitter and sequins.
Most of them do.
Oh, good. I want a glittery, sequiny broccoli in my life.
I feel like I'm going to be sending you some pictures of the Masked Singer contestants.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Once we're done, because that's the part I like the best. So my mom likes reality TV. I'm not super into it unless apparently it's a food cooking competition. That's apparently where I go. Whatever. I'm still miffed that I'm not American right now.
Why?
The Great British Bake Off.
Oh, only available on American Netflix?
Uh-huh. Till next year. CBC isn't getting it till next year.
I don't understand all that.
Are you kidding me?
It just seems
I'm still mad. I'm
so
still
stupid.
mad.
You could get a VPN on Netflix.
Really could.
Netflix doesn't work so well with that, though. I don't think.
I really could cheat and do that, but that's not playing by the rules.
If they're gonna be stupid about their rules.
I want to go stop being stupid about the rules. I'm paying attention and I'm abiding by them, and you guys are literally making it impossible to want to watch Canadian content because you're not giving me the option to be interested in it. You're forcing it down my throat. Not appreciated.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't consume vast quantities of Canadian content. I've been watching Still Standing. So cute. One of the guys who plays a character in Murdoch Mysteries is a stand-up comedian. So he's been going around the last couple of seasons, and he's been going to little small towns because he grew up in a little small town, and he's been talking about these little towns, and he's been doing little comedic teens and showing the country, the towns, right? Super interesting to watch him to go over the place and do stuff, and his jokes are clean and funny. And it's hard to find a comedian who will do clean and funny, because a lot of them go for the gross humor, which I don't or the dirty humor. I'm like, it doesn't. If you can't tell a joke and have it be clean, like it's just a sign that maybe it's not a good field for you. It's like saying you need Cards Against Humanity to play to have dirty innuendos. If you can't make apples to apples dirty, there's something wrong with your brain.
Oh gosh.
It's the same game. So I've been enjoying watching him do that because he's like, just, but it's play on words, it's puns, but I watched the one where he was in one of the Northern Territory communities and they had him playing some Northern games. I call people who didn't grow up playing those games. It was not so good.
Oh dear.
He's like being beaten by kids and he's just taking a good nature. Because what else are you gonna do? Like if you didn't grow up playing them, you're hooped, man. You're not. It's not gonna work. But he talks about how they're still surviving these little small towns. So it's like, yeah, I like it. So I've been watching that too, but so bad. I want the option to watch things like the Great British Bake Off and other baking competitions. I still consume a lot of Canadian media, and I will still continue to consume a lot of Canadian media because I like it. I just get mad when you tell me I can't watch something.
Yeah, it's
Screw
just
you and the horse you rode in on.
rules made by people that don't understand internet.
Australian content or New Zealand content. Like, label it for what it is. I will absolutely go looking on there to find stuff to watch. Of course I will. That's how you expand. That's how you do things. That's how I developed a love of Bollywood movies. You don't like the dancing.
I still have yet to watch a Bollywood movie. They look like fun though.
Ah, they're so good. I did watch the live action Mulan this week.
How is that? It looks pretty.
It is the first live action I've not been mad at.
Huh.
I actually enjoy. I recommended that Ben should watch it. And then Ben's like, I'll have to bug somebody with a Disney Plus thing. I'm like, I feel like I just volunteered myself. He's like, yeah, probably did. They didn't go, let's remake the animated movie and make it live action. They went, let's do a different telling of Mulan. That's all it needs to be. That's all of them ever needed to be was the same story from a different angle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know
and
why.
They would have all been great.
Don't know why they went for the shot for shot, because the realism of the CG is not. Doesn't work with the animated nature of the story and the music. It doesn't work.
Let it go. So, Mulan, you heard the music notes in the background. There was no singing. Nobody busted into musical song. There was no Mushu.
Disney made not a musical. Is that allowed?
No Mushu. We still had like witches and magic and things going on, and they definitely went towards a Chinese heavy fighting style, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's some issues with their production choices and what they've made some decisions on, which is that's a whole other can of worms. But the movie was quite good. I really enjoyed the movie. So good. I will watch it again. Not the other live actions though, dear God, no. I would like that time back.
Sherry in chat was saying Netflix always blocks VPNs, so confirm that. And also that she would watch Beachcombers again.
Oh. Yeah?
I don't know what that one is.
Time.
It's getting dark in here. Let me just open this window again. The clouds moved in with force this time. Is it raining?
We need a little infographic that says hold for cloud cover.
It appears to be raining, for changing and weather. All the nice snow we got the other day is gone, and it's just like I'm having such a hard time believing that it's December because the grass is green and there's no snow.
We have technically enough snow to kind of cover the ground.
There's no snow.
My mom's building snow igloo, snow inukshooks. My mom's retired and bored, guys. She's at home and she had Dad build her a box, and then she has him pack it full of snow, and then she goes outside and she carves that snow into shapes. I said, cool, how long before you start asking Dad to dye the snow? She's like, next time. I'm like, cool. And then he moves it and he puts the box back and he restuffs it. That's how much snow they have.
Yeah, we've got literally none. It snowed yesterday and it's gone. Sherry says, you aren't old enough to know what Beachcombers was. Fair enough.
I only know of it because of my mom. Hey, listen, there's some things, man. There's some things. It's just the way it works. But that's okay. So that's it. I can't think of anything else to babble about for the moment, which is weird because usually I can think about a lot. Maybe I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I know the sun went away, and I'm like,
Here
I'm
now.
just sleepy now. We have been going for like 2 hours, so.
Holy Hannah. I mean, the bright side is everybody usually doesn't see this part, so here's the veil. This is how long it normally takes us to record. I can usually trim that down to like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, somewhere in there.
Yep. This is normal recording length.
Yeah, it's about how it works. Instagram live baking. I think you should do that.
Yep, I think.
I'm caving. I need that peppermint mint chocolate cake thing. So it's like 2 layers of chocolate cake, and then it's peppermint buttercream in the middle, and a chocolate ganache on the outside.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I want that.
So do I. I'm one person. I'm making it anyway. I don't care. I'm just gonna eat a whole cake this week.
I have to figure out what I'm gonna make for the live.
I have no idea. You volunteered. The internet voted. I'm just gonna be in chat. So
Well, I have cranberries
probably
and white
eating
chocolate.
my cake.
I have cranberries and white chocolate chips, but that won't take very long, especially with a stand mixer. Like it's just kind of throw stuff in there, and yeah.
Well, you'll find the stand mixer will mess hardcore with your audio.
That's also true.
So you might
But
end up mixing
I'm
that by
not
hand.
creaming butter and sugar together by hand. It's not happening.
What? That's not even that hard.
It is when you never remember to take the butter out of the fridge ahead of time.
Well, that's really not my problem.
The stand
I
mixer just
don't
does
forget.
it for me.
I don't forget to take the butter out of the fridge early. It's not a problem I have.
Oh, I never remember. And I don't have a microwave to soften it.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Chat likes
Go
our
over.
chit chat, and also says your cake sounds yummy, and that she wants it. And do you take visitors?
Technically, the doctor says I'm not allowed to.
In the after times, though.
In the after times, I will absolutely take visitors. And Aaron may get the occasional text going, so I was baking. I want to come for tea. Because I should not be left alone with all of this by myself. Thank you. Please, thank you. But no, I really want it, so I think I'm just going to do it and commit and say whatever. It is what it is. And
Sad
work out
face,
extra
says
that
Asa.
week. Well, technically, right now, I'm not supposed to see anybody at all.
Yeah.
So I try to stick to that as absolutely as best as possible because, again, I don't mind following the rules. It doesn't cause me any grief or consternation, but I'm super excited to get a vaccine because then I'll be allowed to kind of sort of occasionally see people at a distance.
And it'll be glorious.
I can't wait to be able to buy my own groceries again. That'll be nice.
I weirdly miss handshakes. There's been a couple of times where I've met new people and this is where I'd shake your hand. But now we just have this awkward, weird, half lunge because we were both going for the handshake and then realized we couldn't.
You haven't transitioned to the friendly elbow bump? Do you not watch politics? That's what politicians do. They do the friendly elbow bump.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything just felt weird.
It
New
is
person
weird.
here being new landlord, so yeah.
Yeah. So no. It is weird. I miss seeing people. I do like people. Something I enjoy is people.
I miss being in a room with people. Just anybody, like strangers.
Yeah.
The energy
it's
of
just
people.
Not a thing I can do yet, so that's fine. Possibly sometime mid late this summer, hopefully. We start to see enough numbers and vaccinations in the programs moving along well enough that we can start doing that sort of stuff. Yeah. Hopefully enough Canadians get vaccinated.
Yeah. Also says it's not likely that I'll be going overseas anytime soon. Fair enough. And that she also misses the handshake.
Hey, I wrote my English as a second language test, so for teaching.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe after vaccine.
Maybe after vaccine, I could teach anywhere from as close to my local university to as far away as Japan.
Fun.
Yeah, it does a lot of things. Kind of hoping that there's a bit of window space and opportunity for wiggle room for people with disabilities, because a lot of people will be nervous about traveling. Mm-hmm. So the competition won't be quite as fierce, I'm hoping. So it might open up an avenue that would give me steady employment. I miss steady employment.
Come to Oslo,
So
says Asa.
somehow I feel like you guys don't hurt for English translation teachers.
Oh, Erin also says she would probably randomly call you up for coming to eat baking in the after times as well.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. No, that sort of thing has to happen because I was telling Ben I've been experimenting with dinner option like food, like regular, like just cooking, and I don't have anybody to share it with. So it's like I need this stupid quarantine to stop because there are things I want to try and I don't know if I'm gonna like them or not. So I need you here to eat some of it. It's like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, I know. He's like, I've been eating a lot of the same meals the last several months. He's like, I've begun to realize I like that you don't do that.
Now you are just difficult, says Asa.
Yeah, just difficult. Hey, listen, my mom thinks I should go for a Nordic country because I'm accustomed to living in places that get really cold. I have no issues with it whatsoever. I grew up in a place that only saw an hour and a half of sunlight in the middle of winter anyway on a day and only saw the sun set for an hour a day in the summer. So I would be perfectly comfortable living up somewhere far north and teach English there. I was like, guess well, I'm not going for India because I can't handle that much heat.
Oh
So I,
gosh.
I know I'm not going to teach in Taiwan. Like I know there's places where it would just be dumb. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. But if I go to like China or Japan, I'm obviously not doing that all in one day in the after times. Once
Mm-hmm.
people are vaccinated and they're allowed to travel, I will take my sweet effing time and I will mosey around and through countries to get there. Who wants to fly for nearly 24 hours straight? Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody. Why would you not break that up over a week and take a week to travel? Then I had to visit my friend in England. I could visit Asa and Oslo. I can put her down in through Spain. I can literally stop for like 72 hours in Byzantium, which is about all I can handle, and visit a girlfriend from university there because she lives and works there now with her PhD. And I can just sort of like hop skitch over. It's like, wouldn't be a problem at all. My mom's like, who the hell would you know in Japan? I'm like, oh, I got a friend in China and a friend in Australia. It's fine. She's like, oh, of course you do. Just like these people you've met. I'm like, no. I knew them first in real life and then they went there. So yes. Yes, I do. Thank
I
you
love
very
when you
much. Of
can
course
say
I have
stuff like
people.
that. Like, oh yeah, I know people in this country, 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 in this country. Wait, how did I do that?
What? How did that happen? Just go visit people? Yeah, why not? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. First, we gotta get to the after times.
Yep.
First, I gotta figure out if I'm going to a wedding later this summer. Supposed to be, but she is in the Atlantic provinces.
That could be a thing.
And I don't know if I want to quarantine for 2 weeks to attend a wedding.
Yeah.
That seems excessive.
Yeah.
Because then it's 2 weeks on the way back too, hey? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I'll be making that. I might just send a present and my apologies that I can't justify 4 weeks of quarantine, 2 weeks one way, 2 weeks the other for a wedding.
The two
That's
weeks coming back isn't so bad because you're at least in your own
home.
space.
Yeah, and you can do stuff. But that's still,
But going there, that's just 2 weeks in a hotel room doing.
well, knitting and talking with you guys on the internet, but that's
Still.
2 weeks
Yeah.
for a 4 hour event.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a little silly.
Yeah.
That's a little silly. So I don't think that's going to happen. So eh, I was in the before times I was going to use it as my opportunity to hop sketch over to the three provinces I haven't been to before in the Atlantic provinces and get them off my bucket list, but not happening right now.
No.
No. So eh, I think we're done.
I think so. I've been sitting in this chair for 2 hours straight, and it's just not that comfortable. I use my very ergonomic chair for this, so I don't have a chair back sticking up, and it's good, but you really should get
Mhm.
up every like at 20 to 40 minutes and stretch and move, and I have not.
I was just thinking I drank a giant cup of tea and now I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yes, that too.
Well, I hope we're caught up on chat because I'm gonna start our outro.
So I was just saying it's 7 degrees in Oslo and quarantine in a hotel costs a lot.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. That
Yes,
is
it
the reason
does.
that I am not going home for Christmas, because quarantine in a
It's
hotel is boring and costs a lot.
way too much money. Way too much money to be of any practical use unless you absolutely have to do the traveling. So I will say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget
forget
to
to
knit.
knit.
I love that you're programmed to just start going as soon as I start.